Hey guys, this is Orianthi. I actually started blues rock. I was a blues rock guitar player, like playing Santana kind of type songs, with Stevie Ray influence and B.B. King when I first came over to the NAMM show. I was, 18, 19. But, I was also writing pop songs. So I was in cover bands. So I was singing, all that kind of stuff. Kylie Minogue songs, no doubt. So I loved a good pop song. I'm a big country music fan too. So, and my parents' record collection is so diverse. My mum loves country, listen to a lot of Faith Hill and all that stuff, and Frank Sinatra and Richard Marx to Bryan Adams. My dad listening to Jimi Hendrix, Santana, Eric Clapton, all that. So combination for sure. And I'm a fan of just a good song. I'm a fan of good music. Doesn't matter what genre it is. So my show is kind of like a variety show, I should say. When people come to see it, it's like, it doesn't fit into a box. Bit of blues, some pop songs, bit of country going on. Break it down, it's kind of soul. Then it's like heavy rock. So, it's a bit for everybody. And I get bored. So, it makes sense, I think. I don't think people leave going, oh, that was weird. What do we just... I think it makes sense, That was a really crazy year. Really emotional, very from 0 to 100 sort of vibe, from playing the Grammys with Carrie Underwood to finishing my album with Interscope Records, and then getting a call from Michael Jackson to come rehearse with him for 4 months. And it was intense. And then my record coming out after he passed, and it was just it was so devastating, and trying to deal with him passing, and then you're going to record this out. So straight away. It was such an amazing vibe working with him. He was such a performer, and he was still such a kid. He wanted everything to be incredible, with a giant spider with Swarovski crystals coming out, and he was in the spider, and we were covered in crystals, and my guitar was, and there was always things added every day to the set, and the dances were incredible. Everything, the songs, I looked down at the set list and you couldn't wait to play it every day at rehearsal. It was so much fun. And he would come in and he just loved everybody. I think it would have been the most incredible show on earth for sure. He was tired though. He was working very, very hard. He was working with us, the band, the dancers, the set designers, the costume people, just everything. So it was a lot for him. And I think, and also the pressure of doing something to that magnitude, and you're coming back, and that opening night was probably, I could tell he was a bit nervous about it. He was very excited, but he was nervous for sure. Getting to work, chosen by Michael Jackson, you get to work with him every day. He attention to detail. He was very specific about that, but he also was just be larger than life. Be an entertainer. Don't keep to yourself. Be more out there, because people want to see that. It's not ego. It's more entertainment. You're an entertainer. So he taught me how to just not really hold back, because maybe I was a little more introverted back then, I think, than I am now on stage and everything, because and he or reserved, I should say, and he sort of taught me to not be so reserved, more just entertain, get your guitar, just shine bright, because that way you inspire other people to do the same and not be small, and just be yourself. And as I said, it's not from a place of ego or anything like that. It's a place of being an artist and all of that, expressing yourself. Well, that song lyrically is so empowering for not only women, men. It's about knowing your worth, and I loved how strong the lyric was, and I was like, let's put a tapping guitar solo in a pop song and put it on the radio, because there were no like big guitar solos on pop radio at that time, really. And so kind of just, put guitar all over the track, and then we sort of made it feel like, parts of the song, so it wasn't me just shredding over the whole thing. And then working with Howard Benson as well was awesome. And he had a lot of hits with Daughtry and Kelly Clarkson at the time and whatnot. So we're kind of going for that. And it's funny because I was in a shoe store. I love buying Nikes, so that's my thing. I think I was a rapper past life. I was like buying Nikes, and I heard Home by Daughtry on the radio. And I was with my mom. I'm like, I want whoever produced that, I want to produce my record. And I swear the next day, I got a message that Howard Benson wanted to meet me. And it's like, that's something like manifesting. Like I was like, man, that would be really cool. I want that guy to produce, because I could hear every word, and it was just done really. I mean, Chris Daughtry's an amazing singer, but like the whole song, the track, and everything was done so well. And then meeting him, I was like, this is the kind of record I want to make. This is 2008, early 2009, and we finished the album, and it was honestly an incredible experience. And I wanted to go more pop. I mean, Interscope Records wanted to go that way too, and Geffen. And you change as an artist. So from that sound to today is so different. I just was working with Alice Cooper prior to that. I was on tour with him, which was fun, and he's a legend. Celebrating Halloween every night for, I think it was, had a lot of blood on me. I can't remember. I think it was 4 or 5 years I was with him. Yeah, something like that. So I thought it was going to be for one tour. Then it just kept on, more tours were booked. And I'm like, this is fun. I just get to be the guitar player. I don't have to remember lyrics. Not that I do now, but, I don't have to front anything. I get a day sheet, get off stage, have a martini, put on blood again. It was so, and Alice, I got to tell you, he's 100% every night he gives. He's one of the most incredible entertainers. I felt bad when I had to depart the band, because I walked into his hotel room, I remember one time, and with his wife Cheryl, and I'm like, I think it's time for me to go off and make another record, singer-songwriter kind of thing. And I met Richie, and we kind of wanted to do a joint record together. So I thought it was time for me to leave. And I said, but if you need me, I'm not going to just leave you. I'll be in your band until you find a replacement. And they luckily found incredible Nita Strauss, who is amazing. I'm so happy that she's doing that, because she owns it. She loves it. She owns it, and that's her thing. And for me, I'm a singer-songwriter. So I love being a guitar player for sure. That's so fun. But it got to that point where I was like, I have to make another record, as an artist. So. I love playing shows. I hate traveling. Don't like planes. Don't like buses. Don't like all of the stuff that goes around it. I love music. I'm very honest. Okay.
That's okay.
It's exhausting.
Wait, buses.
But this bus is cool. I was saying this bus, absolutely. It's awesome. It's got a vibe. No, except for this bus.
Right. Cool.
When it's filled with tons of people, you have to sleep on it, and you got to wake up and there's people there. With my own band, when I was with Interscope for quite a few years, and then with Alice Cooper, and then a few other things I did too on buses. And I was just like, we get to that point, and then you just tour a lot. The travel part for me is what I get paid to do. Honestly, the shows, no, I love playing shows. And I love being in the studio, creating songs. I love that. And I love, I do love just playing big festivals. It's so fun, like all of that. Absolutely. We're playing a lot of shows this month, and then we're going to be playing a lot more next year. We're going to the UK. I'm headlining a Planet Rock Festival over there, doing a bunch of shows. And then we're looking at playing a lot of shows next year too. So, but I like to do it in bouts. So I like to do like a month. We've got a lot going on, but having breaks in between. So it's not like a tour bus situation. It's more like, okay, play 3, then a couple of days, we're not really off, I'm in the studio, but then play another 3, take a couple of days off, do another 3, do another, 4, whatever it is. And then come home for like few weeks. Thank you. That's actually through my my signature amplifier, my Orianthi that I did with Orange amps, and took 2 years to make that amp. Wow. And I absolutely love it. So created my own signature. I mean, that was a huge honor to work with such a great, iconic, Orange amps. Have been around forever in London, and it's a British blues amp. And they're like, let's do an amp, and they Pat Foley, who sadly is no longer with us, who's one of my dear friends. Pat was with Gibson originally, and I worked with him then on some stuff, and then he moved to that company, and we created the amp, and I used it for the entire album, and I'm also using it for the other album I'm doing right now with Eddie Kramer, with Cindy Santana on drums and Rhonda Smith on bass, and it's called The Power of Three. So it's a side project. It's a super group, and that's coming out.
I heard about this.
Honestly, Cindy is one of my favorite drummers because she's so expressive. She never plays the same thing twice. It's like she's always she's so artistic with the way her accents, and I love her, and her energy too is amazing. She's such a badass, and so it's an honor to be jamming out with her and Rhonda Smith.
Is this something that's going to tour?
No, the word tour. I think we all have agreed that we want to make this really fun, so we're going to play very selected dates. So we'll do festivals, and we'll do maybe like a cool venue like the Troubadour out here, and then do like stuff in Vegas, like a residency or something out there. But it will be kind of in between our other projects too. So it will be like, okay, we're doing like 5 shows in Vegas, 1 show in LA, some festivals, and then take a break, a few months, announce something else. That's kind of sort of the idea of it right now. So yeah. It's lots of PRS guitars. I did not bring my vintage guitars with me tonight because my place is a disaster right now. I have too much stuff everywhere, and I actually pulled my neck muscle or something, like trying to find guitars, because they're everywhere. I have like 50 in my living room.
Wow.
And crystals and everything. It's crazy. If someone came over the other day to fix something, and they were like looking at me like, because like I was really bizarre, because I have my cat, giant couch, all these guitars and plants and crystals and massive television. It's like, then I have stars on the ceiling, and it's very trippy, and a big fish tank with my fighter fish in there. Everything's very colorful.
Okay.
I don't kind of live in a reality-based environment. It looks very strange. And the person's like, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, I just like to collect guitars. So I'm going to use PRS guitars tonight with my Gibson acoustic and my Orange amp and my pedal board. Not much on there, really. Major influences for me would be B.B. King, Carlos Santana, Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Albert King, Freddie King. There's quite a few. Eric Clapton. I mean, I listen to everything my dad would put in front of me, and my dad too, because he'd be playing all the time. Yeah, I think, you know what? I think having more of a voice, like if I when I was younger, I didn't know what this industry was about, like at all. Like coming from Australia, right? You just get off a plane and you're like thrown into something. And with Interscope and Geffen, you're in a massive label situation, and you can't really speak up. So I held a lot back, in, and that didn't serve me well, I don't think. Because I just feel like as artists, as a woman, in an industry where it's like you kind of get told what to do. There's outfits already made for you to wear. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you're doing. Sometimes I didn't want to write with some people. I didn't want to be in the sessions. I would have walked out, and I should have, because it was just, the song was boring. It was a waste of time. I didn't want to do it, and could have been nice about it and just said, hey, I'm not really feeling this vibe. I don't want to go that direction. And so I waste a lot of time writing a lot of pop songs that weren't for me. and I could have used that time more wisely and made, different decisions. But at the same time, you can't change what you did in the past, right? Because it's all that butterfly effect of where you are today. So,
yeah, exactly.
And I learned from that. So now I speak my mind, and I just my own person. Like, I don't look to other people for validation except for the ones that I trust and care about. Oh yeah, we're playing a lot of shows this month, and then we're going to be playing a lot more next year. We're going to the UK. I'm headlining a Planet Rock Festival over there, doing a bunch of shows, and then we're looking at playing a lot of shows next year too. So, but I like to do it in bouts. So I like to do like a month. We've got a lot going on, but having breaks in between. So it's not like a tour bus situation. It's more like, okay, play 3, then a couple of days. We're not really off. I'm in the studio, but then play another 3. Take a couple of days off, do another 3, do another, 4, whatever it is. And then come home for like a few weeks, because there's always, whenever I'm home, there's so many events and stuff going on here in LA or jams that I end up working anyway. So I'm always like working on different, things all the time. And that's a cool thing. Like, it's not just music for me. I love creating, love collaborating with other, I don't want to talk too much about it now, but there's other things I'm working on that will come out later. And yeah, I'm excited about it for sure.